Everybody's on my way. This is Ace Attorney, Justice for All, Case 3. Order! So you're saying the bus fell into the ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. You're overruled, bitch. How would you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Almost whipped out a Monsters Inc. quote. I was gonna say, not for Googly Bear. Almost instinctually, I almost said that. That's how quick I can be with my wits sometimes. I didn't even think about that. I almost just said it. How could you possibly? Yeah, I already said it. You're over. Oh no, you're not overruled. That hacker is an acrobat. You should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bus. Like the purples. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Hacker's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. And nothing but the truth. Oh. Ow! That's what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix, right? What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. The man never get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? What karma? She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. Defense is its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. Defense's objection is overruled. Fuck you, Judgy Wedgie. Why can't you see my things my way once in a while? Yeah, it's bullshit. Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problem, sir. Let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. I won't sink to any lower with a case. And yet... Suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bus. I have a strong upper body for working as an acrobat. Only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. It makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. But that would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? No. No, I don't. I have no doubts in regard to this witness's testimony. It's impossible for him to lift the bus and stick himself out far enough over. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. What's more severe than death? That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Can't let it get to me. I've got to focus. Fucking God, that hurts. Macro's physical state. Suppose I could have lifted something aside of that bush. Boom, bum, bum. Not true. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. You're overruled, Mouse. Ah, nuts. Girl, you didn't really need to lean out on the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? More places than you can. Oh! God, why did a Family Guy quote just fucking pop into my mind there? They're worshiping the ground he can't walk on. God, I remember back in 5th grade, one of the students was in a wheelchair. They always acted like he was a sweet little angel. Fucking lies. Could even insult me over my autism and such. No one believed me. In fact, I got all the slack when I insulted him back. But like I said before, I've been in a wheelchair, so I don't see what the big deal is. Considering I have limited mobility anyway. When would I have been 8 years old? I think I was 8. Let's see, 6th and 1st grade. 4th or 3rd grade, really? But that's conflicting. I have conflicting memories. I remember at this house, but it couldn't have been. I wasn't 12. I think I was younger than that. I don't remember. You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Not precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix, right? You're stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same? The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding a box. Which means that this wooden box is already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that box came falling down, it's exactly the same moment when the ringmaster lifted up those wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the box were to fall upon that point marked out by the wooden box, there'd be no way that I could miss the head of the victim. No! Order! It's unbelievable. Yeah, like some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward. Well, the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It's Mr. Dingley, of course. He connected it to a rope, and all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! I'm gonna whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright! Ow! Ah! Hey! The Master's head could have been anywhere when he looked at that box. That's why the box is so specially made! Specially made? Indeed. And the most peculiar feature... the weight. Brum! Box has a remarkable weight. Wait. According to the code record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required. Oh, I see. One would have to squat down and lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! You're not Excalibur. Fool. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. Mr. Maid, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Don't know what happened to it. Now you remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. That means, you understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room? You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Ah! That's exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria. Yep, you definitely have a problem here. This is no place to get perplexed. Gotta get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? Even need to ask? Monkey. Acro's cheating partner is a monkey. Monkey? Everyone knows money. You love shiny objects of any size. Oh, when you stole the ventriloquist ring? So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, then brought it back home. Home? Why do you live in Acro's room? Acro's room? But the bust was bronze. Why didn't bronze into all that shiny? Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. I know the very nice cards he's holding. Those are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Gah! Gwah! That's my favorite boss death noise. It's the train guy in Star Fox. Gwah! Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? Monkey. They're ridiculously strong, actually. Be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle it himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order! I said order, Miss Von Karma! Where's the bust in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. A rather strange turn of events. What did the monkey had not done? What would have happened then? Well, not a event. Something else would have been used as a murder weapon. Wait. Maybe this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident? I'd like to point out that around this part, I kind of thought it was a fucking monkey by accident, wasn't it? Glad to have been wrong, but that was one of my first thoughts. It's possible. Maybe Aqua saw Money's mountain of stone goods and thought he was one of them. Yeah, Anyways, I think we're more than proven one critical fact. Critical failure. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Aqua was the murderer. Moron! Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't seem so flamboozled. Especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? Insurance. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix, right? Oh, what is that? You should know. Ow! You forgot your friend was a magical client. Fuck. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. There's no reason to add this client's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick don't want to beat you down. Well, this is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Bear, and the other was the murderer himself. And to this and only this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Who was the murderer the clown saw? He saw the bust! He saw Max's Ow! I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frère. On the contrary, my friend. French. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. How is this possible? Simple, really. What Mo actually saw was then tripping over my words. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using that brain at all in this case? I can't do German. Let alone a German female. The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. A cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It'd be easy to hang one on with the cards of the bust's hand. Idiot! Who in the right mind would put a cloak on a bust? Doesn't matter, put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance in this case, don't you agree? No! He caught me. So to have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? Why, he's the victim, of course. Remember, he was wearing it. Then shove it up your bum. Fool! Him? You were saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Placed the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself. Nick, you really have a handle on all of this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint, anyway. Bob Ross. Alright, so you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. After he used the rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene, then he attached that rope to the bust, and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the haunting house by none other than the ventriloquist on his puppet. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. See, with that image there in the light, very easily could have looked out the window while holding the bust. Let's see, it looks way more muscular there. Goddamn. That's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. In the very instant that the bust hit the victim, I'd say that's a broken C1. Wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix, right? As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Ms. One Karma. The circus isn't over yet. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged under the bust. The impact also caused a sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. The witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. However, that shot suggests otherwise. So he just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, could only have been you. Well, Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So, what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, this isn't one evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there's still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? Contradiction, actually. Okay, then use that and get out of this jam. Instead of talking amongst yourselves, proceed, Mr. Wright. That's some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick of this magic case. My attorney's badge! Spinal column! Owie! Oh, fucky. Fucky. Remember, this hat was found the scene of the crime, but everybody says that they still saw one. So they're not quite right about that. Problem is, Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. The symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all these contradictions. You fool! You ever shut up? You ever stop using your whip? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what most videos are today? You testified that the criminal you saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mose saw was actually the bust's. Makes sense if you look at it that way, when he did see the hat. So... Motherfucker. Makes sense if you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat, sort of. Fine, you've got one. What about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember that the ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Of course! I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the clerk snagged onto the bust. If the clerk snagged onto the bust, what happens to the white roses? You get it yet? If the clerk got snagged onto the front of the bust, means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Order! Order! Ugh. This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. See the snake, then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. God damn it. Yeah, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Oh, yes, I did. There's something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Akra's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up to now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Akra deeply respected the ringmaster. Akra's motive. Seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. Yes, let's see the progress. September 30, 2:17 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Johnny number 5 is coming alive. Can't believe it. Acro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? Definitely is, and to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? But I'm nothing but a little nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Hey, pal! You don't ignore me after I went all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe. Forget it, I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyway. No, Detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We got some really tasty milk. What a card trick, detective. Well, if you insist. Who can refuse magic? Now that you mention it. Sorry. Now about that evidence you mentioned. What is it? There you go. This was yesterday in Acro's room. Yeah, but I've included the forensics results. Take a look at it later. Take a look at your monitors. Stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Pepperin. That was a good show. The intro. She usually finds an object under her table. Or her desk, at school. My favorite one was when she finds a scuff mark. She's like, ooh, a scuff mark. I can't hold it up because it's attached to the floor. I remember finding scuff marks all the time throughout all 3 schools I went to, and trying to erase them with my foot. I mean, we were kind of told to do that. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Can't let's play if I can't fucking see. Oh god, my nose. Oh, that's better. Anywho, won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really always really. But everything that's happened in Core Up to now has gone according to our plan. I don't know, Ms. Von Karma doesn't seem in control of things just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yes, there, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? That reminds me. Got a message from the prosecutors for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And it's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What do you mean by that? The very end, Wright? Not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Ah, don't scare me like that. Looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What, for me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So I've been drinking all before it spoils. Todd, dairy as well, the milk for me. December 30, 2:27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now back in session. Judge Santa Claus presiding. No, but I do like his beard. Ms. Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Agra's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Agra would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. Seems dangerous to me, but whatever. I wanted to find a way. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. But how anyone could think that actor would kill the man he held in such esteem? You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination in there. Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Hungry. Feed me. I'm hungry. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. You're the one who doesn't give a shit about justice. Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. Charlie. Press. Yes, my brother Sean and I. What? You have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. I have a 4-year difference. I have an 8-year difference with my brother. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? At that age, you aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the very big circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. I don't! No crying in court. Let's keep it going. The witness may proceed with his testimony. Mention the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus. How would you describe your relationship? Describe your relationship with the ringmaster. He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about other people at the circus? It was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things, but the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. Beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Nick such a wonderful person? I know, he seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult. So, how long have you been a performer? You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age. Begged the ringmaster to finally agree to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dingling-Berries. It's nearly a household name. I've even heard of them in Germany. Liar. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You truly are a remarkable young man. Just keeps looking at her almost like a proud father. You bada, you fada. Him unhappy him have you in the first place. Meh. I am hungry, hungry, I'm hungry, fucking hungry, so hungry, Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Owie! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Goddamn words! Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. Owie! Stop it! No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with him. He's trying to chase down the truth, but then I'm just looking like a jerk. I think that will be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man will kill the ringmaster, still easy to believe that. It's pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro won the ringmaster dead? I can't. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? It's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools are so foolhardily foolish. You forget you made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I knew it was. This is the real killer of Russellberry, ringmasters. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro? You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. But it was never his intention to kill Russellberry to begin with. What? What? Damn it! Once again, I have the end of the episode of Running Out of Time. Till next time, it's Zombie and I am out.